Real ones with me, I know we gon' beat the odds. Counterfeit, guess they from the thought of it. People fake, think they need to start a kid. Tryna be real, this right here.
Huge thank you to today's sponsor, Giant Snacks. Giants is a small family-owned business that specializes in premium flavor and giant snack sizes.
From sunflower seeds, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, and cashews, Giants has all the great snacks you need.
Don't forget some of the great flavors that they offer between dill pickle and sweet Thai chili.
Or whatever craving you have.
Check out some of the newest flavors coming to a store near you this fall.
Big Easy cashews and Big Easy sunflower seeds.
Available soon online or at a store near you. Once again, huge thank you to Giant Snacks for sponsoring this podcast.
Now let's get back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the Beyond the Spotlight podcast, hosted by myself. My name is Jack Johnson.
And I'm Aiden Hoff. I'm the co-host.
And today we have my good friend, Caden, Loonies. I got a little intro written up for you.
Oh, damn. You went in on it.
Yep. So today we're excited to welcome Caden from the Loonies YouTube channel. Caden is known for his hilarious pranks and quality content, keeping hundreds of thousands of people entertained with his videos. Whether he's getting hammered on a mini golf course or getting chased through a PetSmart, Caden is always delivering laughs. Welcome to the show, Caden.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me. That was a good intro. That was good. The PetSmart, too. That's
yeah,
funny.
that was a great... Hey, by the way, congratulations on 50K.
Thank you.
Just hit
Appreciate
50K
it.
on YouTube.
Yeah, 100K is next.
Yes, sir. And then TikTok's what, 200K on TikTok?
Bro, people ask me like how many you have, and I honestly don't even know. Is that bad?
No, you just
Like
focus.
probably like 230. I don't know. I honestly don't even know what the exact number is, but
That's
somewhere
awesome.
around there.
That means it's going up fast.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so with all these new followers and stuff, do you get a lot of people that come up to you in person?
Honestly, we didn't really like get recognized like a whole lot in the beginning, but like since we hit like 40K probably like a month ago, it's like something like switched. And obviously we're not to the point where we want to be, but like literally like something switched when we hit like 40K, and now it's like every time we're going out like filming or something, we're like getting recognized, which is like pretty sick. Or like when we went to WeFest, you know, like we got recognized so much. So we couldn't walk 5 feet without getting recognized by someone. It was pretty cool.
And then there was like a cop at the state fair. Is that right? Like the older generation's
Literally.
even watching the videos. That's
Like
crazy.
a state trooper, like that's the person we want to have us watch our videos. You know? If I get put in jail, like I'm calling him or DMing him, bro. He DM'd me too.
After the video?
After the video, yeah.
What do you say?
Well, we walked into WeFest and this cop like recognized us. She's like, "Hey, I love your guys' videos and stuff." And literally like the day after, he DM'd me and he's like, "Dude, you should come back on the last day. Like I know this person you can prank." And I'm like, "Bro, this guy's a beauty, dude." And I was like, "No way."
But you didn't go back though?
I didn't go back. No, because I would have gotten too drunk probably. Like, again, we went there like 3 times in a row.
That'd be great to have him on your side, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That'd be crazy.
So a little bit of background for the people watching. I met Caden, well, I actually DM'd him, and that's how we kind of started talking for the first time. Do you remember that when I DM'd
I thought we
you?
met on Bumble. Or was it? Oh, it was DM. That's right. That was a different person.
No, so I DM'd you in October of 2011, and I actually have down what I said. On October 12th, the next day, I said, "You're going to be big someday." So that's crazy. And 2021, so what's that, almost 3 years ago?
Almost 3 years ago.
Yep, and then we kind of DM'd for the next year, and then we actually ended up making that video together at PetSmart. And I remember having conversations about YouTube and just clips and everything in general with you, and it's really cool to see how far you've gotten.
Appreciate that. Thank you. It's cool what you guys have done here too. Like, John, you got to give me one of these seeds later or something. That's sick.
Wait till the end of the podcast, man. We gotta.
Let's go. I came to the right
something.
podcast.
Yes, sir.
He always does this.
I got that vibe, bro. I got the vibe from watching it. Like he had some of the questions, and I could tell from watching the first one. I'm like, when he doesn't know what to say, he turns his head. He's like, "All right, your turn." Just throws you under the bus.
He's like the guy who like asks the questions. I'm the guy who like elaborates and like clears
Color
up the
commentator,
points.
like a color commentator.
Yeah, and then when he doesn't know what to say, he's like,
He just does a little
"What you
head
got?"
turn.
And, and it puts me on the spot. I'm like,
That's funny.
No, that's good though, because if we do end up getting like blank like that, we can just stop it. And keep
Right,
going. But
that power of editing is a huge tool,
Oh,
bro.
it's awesome.
The amount of stutters you probably have to edit of me in this is gonna be crazy. Like when we're editing a video between like Spicy and I probably edit out 20 to 30 words that we just stutter so bad, bro. But that's why it's so nice having editing. You know what I mean?
you guys are such a good duo together, bro. It's so
Yeah,
perfect.
it is. We just made our team. Well, it's just J Money and I, Jordan, and then probably like a month or 2 months ago, or the beginning of the summer, we were like, hey, we got to bring on Spicy because it's so hard to be on camera like yourself all the time, dude. Like that's why a lot of YouTubers like burn out by just having themselves, because like you can't be on camera 24/7. So it's nice to have like other friends with you that can be on camera all the time, because then it takes the pressure and the stress off me of having to be on camera all the time, because like it's a mentally like draining, bro, to like go and film. It's crazy.
They have gotten better though. Like I didn't know about you at all until Jack brought it up, and I did my research. I'm watching some of these videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this has me right away. I'm subscribing, you know, like it's instant. And then I went back to some of your older ones, and you can just see the improvement from your first year and then to what you have now. And it truly is amazing how much you guys have grown.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I think this next year will be crazy, because we're like right in that spot where it's like 50, 60K, and we have one video that blows up, bro, and we'll be at 100K in like, 100K in like a month. Like it just goes crazy.
So before we get too far, tell me a little bit about your backstory, like your high school. I know you played junior college hockey. So tell me a little bit about that, and then what made you want to start YouTube?
Oh, well, I went to Fergus Falls High School. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Yeah, not too far away.
No, there's not much that goes on there except if you like to hunt and fish. But
Yep.
Spicy and I were actually talking about this the other day. If you had to guess, do you think I would be a good kid or a bad kid in high school?
Definitely bad.
What about
Same,
you?
bad.
Bro, I was a perfect kid in high school. I did not go to the principal's office one time. I don't think I never had a single referral, never got in trouble. I had like a 3.8 GPA. Like I was like a perfect kid
Were you
in high
like
school.
the class clown though?
Not at all. Like I literally was not even like, I mean, like I would troll like every once in a while, but like I was just like, I don't know how to describe it. Kind of like a little like, just I was in my shell, like I just didn't want to, like I was so focused on hockey at the time and stuff. I never like kind of grew out of my shell. But no, I just went through high school and just kind of breezed through it. Didn't get in trouble and stuff, which is good. I didn't even start drinking till like after my senior year of high school. And then, I mean, now I drink a lot for the videos, but no, I don't know. But after high school, I wanted to play junior hockey. And so I went and played junior hockey for a year. And then after my first year of junior hockey, I had a job as a boat launch inspector, where you just sit there and inspect boats and don't do shit like all day. Like there'd be 10-hour shifts where I wouldn't see a single boat. So I'd just be sitting there, like I'd be taking naps. Don't tell my boss that. But I'd take some naps, and then I'm like, dude, like I could be like editing a video or doing something, because I would watch Nelk. Bro, I've probably seen every single Nelk video 5 times, just like seeing what they've done.
Sure.
So I was like, bro, I could do this shit, like for sure.
Yep.
So then I eventually like riled up some of my buddies and started thinking of ideas. And I was like the most committed one at the time, like some of my other buddies wanted to do it, but you could tell they didn't want it like as much as me. And then eventually I just started filming and stuff, and then got into it. And then my whole first year junior hockey, I was posting a video every week, but we had practiced 6 days a week, and like we weren't technically supposed to leave the town because it was like during COVID.
Yep.
So like every day we had 1 day off a week, like we had to. I would drive 2 hours from Alexandria to Fargo, and then film a video, and then drive 2 hours back on my 1 day off every single week just to get a video out every week.
Dang, dude, that's dedication.
Mm-hmm. I'd be driving in like winter storms, bro. Like there was a couple times I'm like, I should not be doing this, but I was like, I got to get a video out. Like I don't care,
So you started right into college. That's when you started the YouTube?
I didn't go to college. So I played junior hockey, which is between high school and college hockey. So then like I went to this junior camp, and I was like, so I got like drafted by this pretty good junior team, and like the year before they had like 16 Division I commits on their team, and I'd posted one YouTube video before the start of that camp, so I kind of put it on hold and was training. I'm like, I'm gonna go to this camp. I've never told anyone this actually. I was like, I'm gonna go to this camp, and I was like, if I make this team, I have a really good shot at going Division I. Obviously, as they had so many commitments last year, and I was like, if I don't make it, that's God telling me that I got to do YouTube. So ended up not making the team, and I honestly wasn't even that pissed. I was like, that just shows that I got to do YouTube. So then I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna commit my time to YouTube. And then my second year of juniors was just like, I was just focused on YouTube. I didn't care about hockey at all,
That's so awesome to hear. Are some of those videos, are they all still on your page that you filmed?
They're all, I think I've only taken down 2 videos, bro.
What were those?
Oh gosh. There was one video that was just dog shit. I took down. And then there was another video there was this guy, this is a crazy story. There was a guy who we were doing like a fake, like telling people that they're homeless. And then this guy like got pissed at us. I don't know if you ever saw that video. And this guy's chasing us down the street with a backpack, and he's like, I'm gonna pull my AK on you guys. And we're running away from this guy, and he pulls out, like started to reach in his bag. So we were bolting out of there. And he's like, I'm getting my homies, bro, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like freaking out, bro. Like this is dead serious. I get to Florida like 2 months, 3 months later. This guy DMs me and is like, bro, I'm coming to Florida to find you.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I was tweaking, dude. I was like, oh my God, bro. Like I was so nervous, dude. And I eventually DM'd this guy like back. I'm like apologizing to him. Like he actually was in a tough time in his life. So like it was kind of our fault for messing with him, which I understand. But like he actually ended up being a nice guy. We DM'd him back and forth. He's telling me about his family. I was like, no way. I was like, I need to make a video with this guy again, bro. But that was the scariest moment. That's why I took that video down. But I'm like, it's crazy.
That's another thing. Like, you're doing these troll videos, but you never know who you're talking to.
I know,
Right.
bro, for real. Or even like one of my buddies, you know, Tanner, Classified Goons. Like I know one of the guys that got shot, you know. So
Dang.
that's why we eventually want to switch from like, you know, just straight pranks. We want to do more of like an R-rated version of Impractical Jokers, you know.
Sure.
Which would be sick.
A little bit more like the jokes on yourself kind of than on the other person.
Right, exactly.
Sure. That's cool. So I remember watching your first video. So tell me about like what made you want to actually start doing that video, and then like that next one too about the shower, how you came up with that idea. That was one of my favorite videos, walking up to people and saying, "Can I take a shower at your house?" like in a towel.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So tell me what made you want to start making videos and how that first video came out.
Making the videos, like I said, it was probably Nelk. Just seeing all of Nelk's videos and like stuff that they were doing. And honestly, like Jake Paul, I remember him saying that. He was like, I'm from a small town in Ohio. The fact that I can do anything, I was like, that kind of changed my perspective a little bit. So then I was like, just trying to think of an idea, and I saw that like fake parking ticket videos were popping. So I was like, screw it. So I filmed like a fake parking ticket video, and like those first 2 videos were like the only videos I filmed in my hometown, because I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of, you don't want to where you sleep, you know? So like I don't want to film like in our hometown. And then just out of the shower video, I think I just saw a TikTok of it. I'm like, bro, I got to run this. Like that shit's hilarious. And
So
that's just how we got into it.
So is Fargo the main place where you film then now?
Fargo used to be the main spot that I filmed, but now we film in like the cities and stuff. And we're going to start traveling. We're actually hoping to get like a Sprinter van in like the next couple months to be able to travel around the whole US and stuff. So that'll be pretty cool. But so we used to film in Fargo all the time when I was playing junior hockey. But then, damn, I'm spilling some tea on this podcast, bro. This is
First one you got to.
yeah, I know. But so when I was in juniors, like, you know, I was saying I was going every day or whatever. I was filming with a bunch of my friends who were at a college. So like there was like 4 different people who could film. We'd all hang out and film. We filmed for probably about 6 months. And then like 2 weeks before my season of hockey was done, they were all on the football team. And I'm good with all these guys now, so this is not a shot towards them. But their football coach texted them and said, yo, we found out about the videos, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys got to get off those videos and stuff. So my buddy calls me. He's like, yo, like our ass is grass. Like we're screwed. So he's like, you got to delete all the videos that we made with you. I'm
No way.
I'm like, bro, are you serious? I was like, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. And he goes, well, our football like is on the line, which I understood, you know, like I'm not dumb. Like I get it. Like they're going to football or school for football, but I'm like, I just can't delete 6 months of my work, getting me to 1,000 subs, which is the hardest subs to hit. Everyone always says. And I'm like, I can't just delete all those videos. So then literally pretty much that whole friend group just ghosted me like within 2 days.
Really?
Didn't talk to them at all. They were like, no, we can't be in it. And like I said, I understand it. I get it. Like I probably would have done the same thing if I was playing college football, but I was like, it's kind of tough going from I had everything and then the rug just got ripped out from under me, bro. I was like, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna find a filmer. I was like screwed, but then I was like, whatever, just come back, you know, come back stronger.
So how did that turn out? You kept your videos.
I kept the videos that ghosted me.
Okay.
So I wonder if coach ever ended up saying anything to him or not.
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Bro, he can't, bro. They were hilarious videos. I was no, literally their AD told them, they were like, some of the videos are hilarious, I will say, but like some of them we just can't have you in them because like
Right.
one of them I was like fake off of like during the job interview. So I'm like I get some of it, but like their AD even said that some of them are funny. So it's like,
So your videos are crazy. Like some of them, like I can't picture myself going up to people and doing that. So do you ever feel like embarrassed, or do you ever get worried about what they're gonna say or what's gonna happen?
every single time. Yeah, for sure. Like when you're first starting the prank like of the day, like we always, each of us have like one clip that we don't put in the beginning of the video because it's like our warm-up clip, you know, like you're getting like warmed up to troll again, because trolling is almost like a muscle, like you got to train it, you know. But like after a while you just get used to it. But it's more of the fact of like like we said, the power of editing. Like I could say something to someone and I stutter and they're like, what? I'll say the same line again, knowing that I'm going to edit it. So like I can be editing basically the video while I'm talking to the person. And then as you say the same thing second time to them, they're like double take and they get even more, like there's more of a reaction. So it's like, it's more funny because I'm like, okay, that's viral, you know?
Yep. So you mentioned that you had moved to Florida for a little bit. When did you move there and then why? And then tell me a little bit about your experience there.
Well, we moved there, it was January of this year. And then we were like, we're just going to go down there for like 2 months, 4 months, somewhere around there. We were like renting from one of our family friends, like condos.
Just you and Jordan?
Just Jordan and I, yep. Okay. So we moved down there because I hate winter. Like I used to love winter. I used to love snowmobiling. I was in hockey, like I said, but now like I sold my snowmobile like when I was, because that was the biggest thing too, is like as I was starting, you know, is like my parents were like, not really, they didn't understand it. So I eventually sold my snowmobile. They like believed in it. So then I was like, once they saw that, they saw the potential. So I sold everything pretty much that I can make good money off of. So we moved down to Florida for like 4 months just to get away from like the winter and stuff like that. Filmed down there for a while and then eventually got kicked out of the condo because the neighbors hated us. Just like, you weren't technically supposed to rent down there from these people unless you went through like the HOA and stuff. They're just a bunch of Karens, basically.
Right.
And then they eventually like told us we had to leave. So then we just kind of skedaddled out of there. But it was definitely fun while we were there. Like I would definitely move back to Florida. It's my favorite place, probably.
So you just filmed and golfed all the time, or what?
Filmed, golfed, and lift. But we had like a gym right across the way, so I'd just walk over to the gym. I was lifting like 2 times a week. Now I'm lifting like, I was lifting like 2 times a day when we were there because it's right there. Now I lift like 2 times a week. Not even like, I've been slacking.
Yeah, you lift at like 11 p.m. I don't know how that works.
Because there's no one in the gym, bro. You can go tarps off and just like lift. I love it.
Yeah, that is better when it's completely empty. But I'm like, my body is done at like 9 p.m., bro. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, but what time do you wake up at?
6:30, 7.
You won't even guess what time, bro. I probably wake up at like, on average in the last month, I've probably woken up at like 12:30 every day.
Oh my God. Dude, another thing too, shout out Lofe. We'll talk about him a little later, but I heard him say something like, or I saw his Instagram, sorry, no hate. But he's like, yeah, I got up early to go get coffee today at 9:30 a.m. I'm like, bro, 9:30 a.m. you're getting up early, but that's all right.
It was like the other day I put on my Snapchat story and I woke up at like 12 o'clock. I was like drinking the night before. I'm like, something of my breakfast. I'm like, great way to start the day. I had like 10 people swipe on my story. Like, bro, it's noon, dude. And I'm like, screw off. I was like, when you're your own boss, you can make your own schedule, you know? Like
exactly.
I stay up till like 5 a.m. So I'm like, it's nice being able to make your own schedule, do whatever you want, you know?
For sure. And you've been on your own for what, 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing this full time?
Yeah.
So what was that like in the beginning where you're like not really making an income? Like, how did you survive off of that? Were you getting help from your parents? Were you just taking the small amount of money that you had, or what were you doing from there?
Yeah, big credits to my parents for sure. I've been able to live, you know, they're rent free, which is nice. So like they didn't ever help out with camera equipment. I would just save like little bits of money or money that I'd save for my snowmobile to buy like camera equipment. And then camera equipment's expensive. Like people don't understand that, dude. It's crazy. Like, but every little thing you buy just keeps adding on, you know, and stuff. And I don't know. I learned the hard way. I'd buy like the equipment right away, but then I'm like, dude, if you spend $200 more and buy the nice equipment, it'll last long. That's like what I tell my dad all the time. He'll like go to like a garage sale and buy like a little speaker. I'm like, dude, this speaker is gonna be dog in like a month. Just spend $50 more and buy a nice speaker and it'll last longer, you know?
Yeah. So how did you survive off of that money, or what was it just from your parents, or when did you start making money off of YouTube, or like, because without having a job, I feel like it's hard to sustain like normal living.
Right. Well, I would do like in the summers, I would like mow some lawns and stuff too, to like make up for the money or whatever. But at the time, like I wasn't traveling. I didn't have many expenses, you know, so I'd just go to Fargo and film. And dude, like trying to find a filmer when you're smaller, like, cause I didn't pay filmers at the time and stuff. So like, I'd be hitting up like 50 of my friends on Snapchat, just like I would copy and paste, like, hey, can you help me film today? Just send it to like 50 people. And then all of a sudden, like 2 of them respond, and then someone backs out right at the last moment. And it's just like so hard, bro. You'll learn doing this podcast that people will back out. It's so tough.
Oh, for sure. We already have.
Yeah.
We already have. We had one dude from, I'm not going to go into
I backed out on you last week.
No, not that. We had a dude who like completely ghosted us. Like he was supposed to come, he's a bigger TikToker, 3 million followers on TikTok and over 140 million likes, and like seemed like a cool dude. Was talking to him. He still likes my Instagram posts, and just completely ghosted us. Never showed up.
Damn, that's how it works, bro. This industry is brutal.
Yeah,
like, people don't care at all.
No, they really don't.
I'm a flip back. What platform helped you the most? Was it YouTube, TikTok?
What do you think it was?
I bet it was TikTok.
Oh,
low-key.
100%
Really?
TikTok. Yeah. I remember we posted the one video that went crazy.
I think I know. Can I guess it?
Yeah,
Was
what
it
was it?
Bridger and that other dude tied up in the
Yep.
back of your
How
truck?
many was it? The views or was it likes?
Oh,
or?
it was the views, bro. We posted this video of like a fake hostage clip where we like put our friends in the back of this truck and like told them they were being taken hostage or whatever. And this Karen like flipped out or whatever. And the video, all of a sudden I looked up in the morning, I woke up and it was at like 1 million views by noon the next day. Like I just woke up fresh out of bed at noon, you know? And, like,
Yep.
I'm like 1 million views, but I'm like, holy cow. Then it was like 2 million, 3 million. Now it's at like 10 million, I think, on TikTok. I was like, holy cow. But
Right.
then I was literally talking to Spicy about this the other day too. We had this clip of like this old guy like on a bike who was like freaking out at us. I was like, where are you going on a bike ride at? And he's
I
like,
remember this.
you're verbally assaulting me. Like, I don't know what, his name was probably Chad or some shit. But literally that video did in like 2 or 3 hours, it had like 400K views on TikTok. And I'm like, bro, this would have been the biggest TikTok of my life. Like this probably would have done 30 million views, something, because it had 400K. The next
Yeah.
morning, it would have been at least 3 million. It would probably would have been a 30 million video view, you know, gained 10K subs or whatever. TikTok took it down after 3
Really?
hours, didn't put it back up. I'm like, bro, that could have been the video that blew me up. But
Is it still TikTok to this day?
as far as views, or what do you mean?
As far as like pay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100% TikTok. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. TikTok every month doubles what we make off YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One reason we ask those things because that's what other people want to know.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
even though if it's
We
like
wanna know too,
uncomfortable,
low-key.
but like
Yeah, no,
if you
100%.
if you could elaborate, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, you don't make, like, people don't, like, the older generation has no clue the amount of money that, like, social media pays. Because as, like, an advertisement perspective, like, right nowadays, it's like, why would you not pay, you know, say someone makes, bigger YouTubers make 10 grand for an advertisement. It's like, why would you not pay 10 grand to put it out in a video in front of millions of people? That's the easiest way nowadays. So it's like, people don't understand, like, how much money is to be made in this industry, you know? And I've seen bigger people and like the money that they're making is just ridiculous, you know? And like, I remember like one of my old teachers, he's like, well, you know, you see him and it's like the quote, it's like, when are you going to get a real job? And I'm just like, oh yeah, okay. Like smaller at the time. And all of a sudden I see him like next year, oh, you're still doing that? When are you going to get a real job? And at this point it's like, dude, now I'm making over your salary in 2 years. I don't have a college debt. I don't mean this in a cocky way. This is just true. And like, we're making more than your teacher's salary. I can travel around the world with my best friends. Like, I'm not stuck in a 9 to 5. Like, why would I take your advice? Let me go get a real job. Let me just be like an industry plant and just be stuck in a 9 to 5. Like, if that's your thing, then go for it. But like, that's just not what I wanted to do. I like to be my own boss and like control my own destiny and like make bank.
From a business perspective, what you just said makes way more sense. For me, you know, spending ad dollars for detailing like on something like this wouldn't make sense because you can't, like, it's just like for the town. But for a different business that's like products that you can sell online, totally makes sense. I would rather pay you to give me a shout out on your video that'll get seen by 50,000 plus people, or maybe more on TikTok and stuff. For them to go click on that. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And the cost is different. I mean, my mom owns a business and she pays for a billboard.
Yeah.
And that's an unbelievable amount a month that she has to pay for just for someone to see a picture. Where you could create a video or have it in an ad, and that's where this social media is kicking in, and the older people don't realize that there is an opportunity there.
They have no clue, bro. Just people make like 10, 20, 30K just for an advertisement ad. And it's like, that's not even including your AdSense. That's not even including your TikTok merch, bro. Like, people make the most off of merch. Like, there's just so many ways that you can make money. And it's like, people have no idea. It's just like a gold mine. And like,
Speaking of
obviously,
merch,
Yeah, why aren't you selling any merch, Caden?
well, we made like, I don't know, well, one, it's really hard to sell merch when you're small, unless you have like a really loyal fan base. But I think we could sell like, I don't know, you know, we could make a decent amount. And like the first drop we do is not for money. It's more of just to get merch out to people.
For sure, yep.
But like, I don't want to just sell like product, you know? So we've had like 3 different samples that like we've tried out. We just don't like the samples. We're still trying to find like the best sample that we like in color, you know?
Yep.
And then we want to really focus on like limited drops, because limited drops is where it's at, because then it gets people like scarcity and they want to like buy
Right.
your product, you know? Because all of a sudden it sells out and they can't buy it. Then the next time they're going to hop on that real quick. So we're just trying to like finalize the details before we can like really sell a piece.
Huge thank you to today's sponsor, Giant Snacks. Giants is a small family-owned business that specializes in premium flavor and giant snack sizes.
From sunflower seeds, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, and cashews, Giants has all the great snacks you need.
Don't forget some of the great flavors that they offer between dill pickle and sweet Thai chili.
Or whatever craving you have.
Check out some of the newest flavors coming to a store near you this fall.
Big Easy cashews and Big Easy sunflower seeds.
Available soon online or at a store near you. Once again, huge thank you to Giant Snacks for sponsoring this podcast.
Now let's get back to the podcast.
It's kind of like the Nelk Boys where they do those drops too, and it's like,
Exactly.
everyone's going to be on the website at the time that it drops.
Yeah.
I saw a story where I'm just going to call him J Money.
J Money
where he
works.
was talking about the merchandise and how like you guys were saying there's like a few more things you had to critique and then you're just about there for merch. Is that right?
Yeah, because he takes more of, that's what's nice too. We all have our roles. Like,
Yeah.
I can edit long form. J Money will do like, he does all the merch and stuff because he's done like drop shipping and like run
Sure.
websites. Bro can crank out a website in like a day. So he takes more of the merch side of things. I do like the editing long form. Spicy just sits on his butt. No, I'm kidding, Spice. No, he
Makes
just
hella snap stories.
hella snap stories, bro. Thirst traps.
Yep.
But no, he'll just do like more of like the B-roll editing stuff. So we kind of all have our roles, which is nice. But yeah, I'm really excited to get some of the merch out. It'd be really cool. But it's not like people think sometimes it's a money grab. Like I don't care about that at all. Like, you know what I mean? We're making like the decent amount of money where we can like support ourselves to travel. So like I don't like, obviously we want more money, but it's like I just want to make sure we have good quality merch to get to people rather than, because if you leave a bad taste in their mouth right away, they're never going to come back and buy anything. So I don't want to drop anything that's like bad,
It's a great mindset to have. Like, I don't know how you haven't posted any or sold any merch yet, because we have posted one podcast so far, and I'm like, dude, let's start making merch. Like, I already
We
have
get
a
the
design.
urge.
Yeah.
No, and don't get me wrong, like a while ago I did drop some, but it wasn't on like a website. Like I dropped like 30 sweatshirts,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like and I did have like a legit website one time from this chick, but like it was so badly made.
Sure.
So like I still tell myself we haven't dropped like legit merch yet. So
It's probably better to wait and just be like fully ready to go
yeah.
for it.
And everyone always tells me you got to wait till like really sell merch. You got to be at like 500K subs, which I understand, but screw it. We'll rewrite the script,
There you go.
Yeah.
One of the big takeaways that I got from there is you really care about the quality. I mean, Jack and I, like he said earlier, we want to do it now. We want to just send it out. But it's cool to see that you want to put out a good quality for the audience. And that goes to what you said with the cameras earlier too. The big thing is quality when it comes to creating content.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Bro, slumped in the background, bro. You gotta get a phone.
Our
clip.
camera guy is sleeping
All
in
three
the
of
background.
our phones. Use yours.
Yeah. Take a clip. Bro, slumped right now.
Hopefully they're all rolling still. How are we supposed to know? Okay,
I'm gonna pop this clip up on the screen.
Okay,
right now
I
that Caden
I
took.
gotta go look at them though. To
Yeah,
make
go
sure.
check. Bro.
Damn, are we really that
Miles.
boring, bro?
Yeah, you don't know. Oh.
Oh. Miles just slumped. Yeah.
So we've seen the success that you have had over the years. Are there any quotes or anything that you live by that you'd like to tell the audience?
I'm trying to think of the quote. It's like someone told me one time, it was like, this sounds cocky, but you can be cocky if you have something to back it up every once in a while. It was like, imagine being someone's flex that they knew you one day. So like
Yeah.
the fact that like I've heard some people like, oh, I used to play against him in hockey, or like I went to high school, or like I've seen that kid at a party. Like it sounds cocky, but like I'm not trying to be, but like it's kind of crazy that like it's some people's flex that they like knew me from like when I was younger.
Well, if you think about it, what you said earlier, how you used to reach out to all of your friends and say, hey, I need a recorder. I need someone to film. I need someone to film. They'd be like, nah, not today. But now they're the ones
Literally.
DMing you and being like, hey,
Yeah.
can I get in this video? That'd be so dope. And you're like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's always like every time we've hit like a certain milestone of certain things, it's always like I see someone like around town that like, they've talked shit before, and
For
now
sure.
they're like, oh, like, bro, you're actually doing it. And it's like, it's crazy how people just switch up and say that when you start to have like a little bit of success. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And like, it'll only get more and more the more we grow. But it's just crazy how people switch up on you like that. Like, people hate when you're starting out, bro. But it's like, why are you hating on someone when they're trying to start something new and not, get out of their comfort zone? And shit? Like, would you rather just be stuck like doing something you know how to do the rest of your life, or like getting out of your comfort zone and like doing it. Like it actually helps, bro. Like mentally, like doing stuff that like challenges you, like actually helps. Like I've noticed.
We feel the exact same way. Like there's stuff for people around this town that are supporting us, and then we also see the stuff where it's like, you know, talking shit or whatever. Like, and it's like you say, it's like until you make it, you look like an idiot, or like people think you're dumb until you make it, and then you're a genius. You know what I mean?
And
So
no way have we made it, you know. But like, but 100%. It's just like people. It's just crazy how people switch up, bro. It's just like,
And that difference is you have the drive to do it.
Right.
Everyone says they want to do these things, but they don't actually
Make
go
a YouTube
forward to it.
channel and
exactly.
stuff. It's like,
or they'll start it and then they quit. It's like you just got to stay consistent.
Right.
And it's like you're not going to make good money with any business when you start out. You know, the same with YouTube. Like you're not going to make anything. It's like you're building any business, but then eventually after the 2-3 years when you're grinding it, like you'll eventually burp. you'll eventually see the success. You know what I mean?
yeah. Right now,
You got to keep that in there, bro.
I was like losing it over here. I was Jack. How was he still locked in? I was not locked in.
Jack
after
was
that.
just like ready. He didn't even care about the burp.
You
He was
burped.
ready.
You burped, and then you said burp, and that's what made me laugh.
Jack's like, Caden's having a sentimental moment. I just got to dial in.
yeah. And then I'm just like, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. So going back a little bit here, it was like how you're talking about. It's a little bit of a flex to know somebody, or you want to be like that. It was kind of cool to be in one of your beginning videos. Like some of my friends, like we'd legit watch that video in the college dorm all the time. Like,
No way.
I swear, bro.
Bro,
I've
that's
showed
sick.
almost everybody like that video.
Everyone on campus is like,
Yes,
new.
bro. That one video too, it's like, you know, not even close to your best video, not even close. But like that one clip was the whole video. And so I want to pull that up. Aiden's never seen it, and then I want to get your take on it now that it's been over 2 years, which is mind-blowing that it's been 2 years already.
That is crazy. Deep down, do you think that's the best video?
No,
You don't
not
think so?
at all. No. I think it was a hilarious reaction. Horribly recorded. I was the filmer in that.
You weren't as
Dude.
bad as what's his nuts though.
Ashton.
Dude, Ashton
was
sorry,
so
Ashton. He was a
bad.
brutal filmer, bro.
Oh, just like
Brutal.
when you put pressure on, I love Ashton. He's one of my best friends since day one, but you put pressure on him, bro, he's not performing. Like we were going into, well, I guess you'll see it in the clip, but we were going into Thunder Road. We weren't even pranking anybody.
Weren't trolling anyone. He was
No.
like, oh, I can totally do it.
Yeah, before we got there.
Yeah.
And he's just recording.
He's
Yes.
just recording. And we weren't like trolling him. We were literally going to go play mini golf.
And
we're
we
like,
just
okay.
had our bags, like our
Yeah.
golf bags. That was the only part of the bit. And that was like drawing attention to us. I think he was just scared to hold the cameras. I don't know, but let's react to this video.
You were filming this at the time too.
I was filming this one.
It was just you, me, and Ashton.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how you do that, dude. How do you do that in front of people like that?
Where do you want it from?
Bro, we were so instigating, bro. It's crazy, dude. I would never do this now because this is so instigating. But it was funny at the time. What?
Huh?
What?
Watch Ashton's face.
I'm just looking. That framing's good.
Dude, just wait. It gets so bad.
Well, he's chasing you. I don't blame you.
Well, what you're doing is not too.
Hey, don't touch that. I'm just looking. I'm just looking.
See there, that's when I'd be scared. I'd be gone.
Well, Caden's like the same height as him,
Chill,
way
buddy.
stronger. Like he's not gonna fight him.
Chill. Back up, Jack. Back up. Hey, buddy, chill. Hey. Chill. Well, we're just filming a prank.
I don't give a. You're taking pictures of me. Did I give you
Watch
permission?
Ashton in
No,
the
I didn't
background.
think you did.
Ashton, this is the best part, bro.
Oh, no, he was not. He's trying to identify as that. He's trying to identify as that.
Watch the
He
camera
is.
move,
I won't
bro.
lie to you. I'd never lie to you.
Whatever you say.
Okay? No?
He's just in the
You
background.
don't like that he identifies as that or what?
You look younger, bro.
I do,
You guys
don't
are
I?
f***ing with me. Get the f*** away unless you want something.
No, he was just trying to look too. We're just all trying to look.
I just want to mention that those are not even real binoculars, right?
No, those are like
flask,
They
right?
were a flask binoculars. Like you can literally take like the lens off of it and you can put alcohol in there.
So you couldn't even see through them. So he's like going like this at the guy, and you can't even see through the binoculars.
I was actually thinking about bringing those to WeFest too.
That would've been a
Imagine like
great
I'm like
idea.
telling WeFest, I'm like, hey, like there's my binoculars to see the stage, and I'm just like ripping poles out of it.
The things you did to get big,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Bro, are you really chasing after us still?
Right here.
You guys are walking down the street.
He started running after us,
Because I don't know
bro.
how to unlock this that fast.
Yeah, and then we literally had to like divert them. That's what we have to do all the time, bro. Like if people like get pissed and like start to come towards our car, we have to like divert them and run like literally like a football play. We're like, okay, J Money, you go get the car. Spicy and I will act like we're still walking this way. The person always follows this person with the camera, and then the other person can go get the car, and then you just meet a pickup spot and you're out of there. Just
Perfect.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
I remember that one where a dude started chasing after J Money, and you're like, run, keep running. Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah. What mall was that in?
That was in Florida.
Oh.
And like we didn't even do anything bad. I was like talking to the guy, and then all of a sudden he saw the camera and like walked away, and then he turned around and had like a little zesty walk to him. And I'm like, okay, this guy's either gonna chase after him or try to like grab Jordan's nuts, one of the two.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Jordan, run. Jordan had Birks on and is booking it through this whole store. He like ends up hiding like in this like fitting room, and I'm like walking. All of a sudden I see this guy walking like back. I'm like ducking underneath like this little shelf so he can't see me. And then Jordan and I, like, we get outside and then we're home free.
So what's the most in trouble you've ever gotten?
We've had to go to court twice.
Really? Over videos?
Yeah, court twice. The first one we filmed like a blind bowling in people's like lanes. So like I was acting like a blind guy and like we bowled in some people's lanes. And one of my buddies had so we were like blind bowling and we were blind bowling in like someone's lane or whatever. And one of the guys that we were with like got almost in like a shoving match like with this guy, and like they were like almost fighting. The guy like ripped off his shirt and stuff, and then they like almost fist fought, but I was still like standing there acting blind. Everyone else like still thought I was blind at the time. Like this guy came up to me, he's like, "You're not blind," and I'm like, no, I have half vision in one eye. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and like shaking my hand as these guys are like almost fighting. And then we like left, but I don't think I should have gotten a disorderly on that because like I wasn't like loud or boisterous. Or 2 months after that, we did like sprayed fart spray in a library, and like this guy got mad, and like we had this cop that was just on like a power trip, and he was like, "Well, you guys think it's funny? Like I'll just write you disorderly." So he writ us up another disorderly. So we were fighting 2 disorderlies at one time. So then I was like, shit, now I can't get a public defender for free. So I was like, I had to get a lawyer, $3,500 down the drain.
You had to pay that?
$3,500, yeah.
Over some YouTube video, dude.
Wow.
That's tough.
Yeah, $3,500 for the lawyer because I had 2 disorderly conduct charges at the same time. But thank God I paid the money because then we got it dropped. So
He
How
got
many-
both of them dropped?
yeah.
How many times have you had the cops called on you?
Like, dude, the better question would be how many times have our license plate been called in?
Oh my
Gosh, bro, a lot.
Take them off your car, dude.
Yeah, but then you get pulled over. We thought about that, but then you get pulled over and don't have a license plate. But
Yeah.
now we're kind of switching, like that old video, that was more of like us instigating. Now it's kind of more of like if someone gets mad at our joke, it's like a funny joke. It's on them from being mad rather than us just trying to instigate. Because like back then we definitely were just pissing people off all the time, which I mean, some people think it's funny. I don't think it's as funny anymore. But I don't know, now we're kind of trying to steer away from that more so. But like people still call the cops for anything, you know what I mean? So
Right.
It's like,
I like that you're doing that with your content. Because I do agree with you. It was kind of just like trying to piss people off and get reactions, but it's cool to see your content shift, and then also doing more like vlog style content too,
Right.
which is really cool to see.
and that's what's hitting right now. It's like the longer style vlog videos. So
Yeah.
it's cool because that allows us to show more of our like personality and stuff. And a part of our personality is obviously drinking. So like we just drink and have fun, go do things that we normally do off camera. So it's I love vlogging way more than pranks, dude. Like I'm starting, like I don't know. I still if a prank is funny, I love doing it. But like some pranks that I don't like, I hate filming pranks, bro.
You could also like mix those two, like do like a vlog and then include a prank and then the rest of the vlog, in one
Right.
video.
Exactly.
So I want to talk a little bit about some of the groups you've been hanging in, and like first, before we get on to like Lofe and those guys, I want you to tell me about Spicy, how you connected with him, and then how he became officially a part of the group.
He had his own YouTube channel at the time, and he DM'd me and was like, "Hey, if you ever need help filming, like I can help you film." So then J Money actually went on a trip. So then Spicy and I road trip down to Arizona, and that was the first time that he'd filmed for me. And then he kind of started doing his own thing or whatever. But then him and his filmer ended up splitting off a couple months. I was probably like a year after they were filming together, and then Spicy was just kind of working a job that he hated. He has the same mindset as me. So then I was like, shit. I was like, J Money. I was like, we got to get Spicy in on this. So I was like, we'll take the sacrifice. Like all the money that we're making is going back into our business. I'm not pulling any money out. Like we're paying Spicy a little bit like on the side to like cover some of his bills and stuff. But like we're just paying him, and everything else is being reinvested. Everything
And he used to work for Jake Sherbrooke, is that right?
Yeah, back in the day, yep.
Okay. And then he started working with you guys.
Yeah, well, he went from Jake, and then he had his own channel, was filming on there, and then he just like couldn't find filmers and stuff, and then that's when we picked him up. We found him on the side of the road.
There you go. Powerful duo, bro. You guys are, you can kind of see it. It's like your videos right when you first started together are even different from the ones now. So it's like the progression is just going to be crazy.
Right, and that's why he likes more of like the instigating stuff, you know, kind of, and I like more of like the laid back. So it's kind of like a good mix. But that's, I'm like, dude, if we switch to like an R-rated version of Impractical Jokers, oh, that would hit, dude. Imagine like us vlogging, traveling around in a Sprinter van, like doing crazy shit, like drinking, having fun, and then all of a sudden like we're getting these businesses to let us film there doing like Impractical Joker stuff, but we can swear and be more R-rated for like the younger audience. That would hit. We're gonna eventually, but like money investing into two-way mics and earpieces, it's crazy. But we want to do that eventually. That's our goal, or my goal at least.
So how long do you think it'll take to be able to get to that?
It's more of, honestly, I don't know. It's more of like the fact of just slowly implementing more of that, because we've done like Impractical Jokers challenges throughout our videos, you know. I always say that, and like our fans love that. So eventually it's just kind of doing that, but I don't know. We just gotta, honestly I don't know. We just gotta start doing it.
How long is the average video?
Like in length after I edit it, or like
Both. How long is it at the end, and how long does it take to make it?
I usually try to shoot for like 15 minutes, but we want to get to that 20-minute mark, you know. We want to get that high because that's where videos are going nowadays for the longer vlog footage. But you got to be filming all the time for that, which is hard. But when we travel, no problem. We could throw out a 20-minute video every week. But editing, it honestly depends per video, like how much we film. But I'm a pretty quick editor, start to finish. Probably like, I don't know, around 6 hours.
And then how much footage do you have to go through?
We probably have like 3 hours of footage, and it probably takes me, I don't know, 6 hours total, start to finish. But then it's like you got to pull TikToks, and people don't understand that. They're like, well, it just seems sometimes like I'm not working, but at the same time, it's like I'm always working. That's the difference between YouTube and a regular job. It's like you're 9 to 5, you're done at 5, and you're done. But it's like YouTube, I'm constantly working. Like whether it's I'm putting Snapchat stories so like the audience can get to know me more, Instagram, or I'm sending J Money a clip to edit on short form, pulling a TikTok, like thinking of our new videos, like calling people, you know. It's like you're always doing something, you know, which is sick because like I can just throw up a Snapchat story and I'm like, bro, that's part of my job. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's kind of how it is for like detailing too. It sucks because it's like, well, it's great. I love it, but it sucks because it's like trying to balance detailing on the podcast. Like where you are so passionate about your videos. I want to be that way. Well, I am that way for this, and I want to devote all my time to it. But it's like,
so if you had the opportunity, you'd switch straight to
no
this?
question.
Really?
No question.
Yeah.
I've been always wanted to do media somehow, and I talked about it in the first podcast too. But it was like, I would love to do this full time someday.
Podcasts are sweet.
Or some sort of content.
Yeah.
Like doesn't even just have to be.
This is exactly why I started. Because I saw that and I was like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
For sure. 100%. Well, who was like, there's those one guys who had a podcast out in like New Jersey, and they would do like rank these foods, you know? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
They've been popping off.
Like
dude.
on TikTok and stuff?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like short form clips are now what make podcasts, you know? Because like to get people to watch an hour-long video, they really got to be committed. But if you can just get them to watch your short form clips, you know, and then convert it over, like that's crazy.
And like your clips are doing well for you financially too. So it's like, that's why we're going to want to try and get good clips from these podcasts with good guests. And then
so you're trying to use me is what you're saying?
Yep. That's why
Exactly.
that's exactly
they're
why
using
I
me,
came
folks.
here.
Wow.
And he's been pretty good so far.
He's definitely not my friend at all.
No, I don't know you at all.
Nope.
Damn, okay, I'm going to leave.
Okay, I want to take this back for a second. We were talking about TikTok and like YouTube. So you have 200,000 on TikTok and then 50,000 on YouTube. Do you think that a lot of the people that watch your videos on TikTok go to your YouTube and subscribe, or like how do you think
like
that?
the views that I get, like if someone's following you on TikTok, yeah, I would say a good amount of those probably follow me on YouTube. But if they're just viewing the TikTok, hell no, bro. Like when I started, I remember I was like, if I got 100,000 views on a TikTok and I posted a YouTube video, I'm like, out of 100,000, I was like, at least 1,000 would click on the YouTube video and say 200 to 500 would subscribe. Not even close, bro. From a 10 million viewed TikTok, I think I gained. So from a 10 million view TikTok, I gained 10,000 followers in a day on TikTok, which is crazy. But on YouTube, I only gained 3,000 subs. From a 10 million viewed TikTok, I gained 3,000 subs.
Which is bad news for us.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But like in your head, the conversion rate would be like, damn, you have 100,000, you know, like obviously it should convert over, but it's like, it just depends though too, you know.
For sure. I'm gonna
That's
go
nuts to think about, isn't that?
Oh
That
yeah,
is
for
crazy.
sure. You would expect it to be way more people that
Yeah.
would transfer over. And like our clips too on TikTok are so frustrating because we'd get some that are like, our first one got 2K, and then the next one literally has 7 views.
That's crazy.
It's like, how does that even happen?
You got to post that, like you start to figure out the times when you got to post to. And like you said, it's all trial and error with everything you're doing.
Right.
Like you'll learn the mistakes. Like that's the same as I've been doing and will do constantly. Like you just learn the mistakes, what works, what not works. And it's like you figure out a time to post TikToks. Like you should be posting your TikToks every day between 5 to 7 p.m. When I was starting out on TikTok, used a bunch of hashtags on TikTok.
Yep.
So like and if 2 is you can put like a sound at the bottom of a TikTok
Yep.
and just mute the sound. Like there's just little things that I picked up on as I was doing that, like help the videos just grow and grow and grow.
So with that, do you think that with our podcast, people are gonna like the TikTok, the Instagram, or do you think that it'll be more of the long? I personally think that it'll be the short clips that will take off, like how yours go viral like that, but they don't necessarily go straight to the YouTube. So what do you think? Feel the same?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I don't know, it's hard to, again, like anything is possible, but it's hard to imagine like a podcast from the ground just growing if you were just doing YouTube. But like that's how you
Right.
gauge it from the short form. Like if you can get your TikTok popping of like crazy clips, all of a sudden it takes one video and then all of a sudden you're at 1,000K, you know, like you get a couple million on a TikTok. It's like you just got to use people like me, you know.
No, that is a little bit true where it's like it'll be nice to have people on that already have a following that will the main reason why I want to do this is like I've always been fascinated by media and like talking to people who have done it. Like that's the main reason that I want to do this. But it is going to be nice where it's like, oh, you know, I just went on my first podcast. Like you already did it. It's like you already posted on your story and it's like we appreciate that so much. So that's going to help us grow too.
Right, yeah, 100%.
So, you know, I talked about Spicy a little bit too, and then how you connected with J Money. But I've been seeing you post with like Lofe quite a bit. So I want you to tell me about first, before Lofe, I want you to tell me about like Sadie. You had a video with her really early, and then how you met Baylen and all those guys. So first tell me about how you met Sadie and then Baylen, and then just go like kind of one by one how you met all these different creators.
Yeah, Sadie hit me, or I think we like DM'd a while ago. I don't know how. I don't know if she found my Instagram or something, but like we DM'd a while ago. She's so dope, bro. She's like one of the guys, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we were DM'd or whatever a while ago and just like talked on the phone and we became like literally like best friends. We would call all the time. Like she was super cool, just almost like a mentor in a way, like had a bunch of questions about YouTube and everything like that. And then eventually I was down in Florida and she was in Florida. I was like, yo, like we should do a video together. And she's like, I'm down. So then we just like linked up in Florida and like did a video. And then that's how I kind of got a connection to Baylen, is because she was dating Baylen at the time. So then Baylen saw the videos through like Sadie, because Sadie I think might have showed him or something. So then Baylen all of a sudden followed me on Instagram and I probably shit my pants, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, bro. I was like, holy cow, like this guy's like, I looked up to him too. It was like Nelk and Baylen I really looked up to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, like this kid just followed me on Instagram and DM me. He's like, I can't remember what he said. I was like, bro, holy cow, this is insane. And then he ended up having a show in the cities, and I was like, bro, I'd love to come out. Like the tickets I think are all sold out, but I don't know if you have any extra or something. He's like, nah, bro, just pull up. I got you. And pulled up, and I surprised him because Baylen doesn't get a lot of gifts himself, you know, because like, what can he get? He's got so much money. So I was like,
Right.
I bought him a sick pair of New Balance shoes that like he loves. So like I went with him. We got to go like backstage and down, like hang out where all of his friends were and gave him shoes. And he's the dopest guy ever. He's cool. He's really, because his like story and stuff is a big reason how my parents let me start YouTube. Just like how he got kicked out of high school and like how he like chased after and stuff. So like telling my parents that story allowed them to believe in me. So like he had a big part in it. So it was pretty cool going to his show. And
Was there anyone else at that event that you met, or was it just Baylen and his friends down there? Because if I remember correctly, I thought Lofe was there maybe, or like one or two other creators.
Lofe rolled up. And when he rolled up too, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. I was like the first thing I remember like saying to him, like he was filming or whatever, and he went to like Bethel College. I was like so awkwardly standing there, like trying to like make my introduction. I'm like, you went to Bethel, right? And he just kind of like looks at me, is like, who's this kid? And I'm like, He's like, yeah. And then we just started talking, and then he followed me on Instagram, and then we hit up, and I knew I would meet Lofe eventually, like, cause I'm from Minnesota. He's from Minnesota. I was like, I just knew the connection would be there eventually. That sounded a little weird.
No, you're good, bro. He's from Minneapolis. Like, it's a local guy, you know, eventually you're going to somehow connect when you're doing the same types of videos. So.
Right. So I knew it would happen eventually. And then we ended up filming one video together, went out to the bar and stuff, all hung out, and then just kind of like kept happening. And then he kind of split ties with some people that he was hanging out with. So then we really, he's got a very small group. So now our group that hangs out with him, me, J Money, and Spicy, they hang out with Lofe and his filmer. Like, we're all so tight, so we all get along super well. So it's really cool having a connection and a really good friend like that, like, you know, like by your side. Because if I have questions or anything, or he's been through it and done it all, so it's cool to be able to ask him the questions and stuff like that.
That is insane, dude, that you're friends with him. Like, because I've watched him for years now. So it's like to see you in his videos or posting Snapchat stories together is just wild. And that's one of our dream podcast guests, too. We have a huge list. You were on that list, so we can check that one off, too. So shout out for coming. But going back to what you said when you saw him in person for the first time and like were kind of like starstruck, I remember I was at WeFest and we had run to the gas station quickly and got our snacks, and then I was like, oh, Jordan's there. He's like getting food or whatever. Talked to him for the first time. Actually, the first time I met him, you weren't even there.
Oh, at WeFest?
At WeFest.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
Yep. And Lofe was in there. He walked in. I was like, yo. But I was like, I'm definitely going to run to him later. I do not want to play fanboy right now, you know, go up to him, picture and all that stuff. So just played it cool. But I was like, yo, what's up? Whatever. And it was just like, it's different seeing people in person.
It's crazy, bro. There's like only a couple people now that I can imagine that I would like fanboy over. It'd probably be like Kyle Forgard from Milk Boys. If I saw him, dude, I would, Caden, nice to meet you, Caden name. Like, you know, some shit like that. And like him, or like, honestly, I look up to the C-Boys a lot too.
Yeah.
I love the C-Boys just because like they're local and I love their style of video. And like when I started making YouTube, I wanted to, and the biggest thing is, when you start YouTube, if you look at all the biggest YouTubers, none of them are exactly the same. Like, they're all different. So like they're all like different in their own way. So I wanted to hit like the mark in between like C-Boys and like Nelk. So like a little bit of prank with a little bit of like vlog of like jet skis, four-wheelers. So like I kind of have gotten a little bit away from the aspect of like the C-Boy. So that's why it feels good to start getting back into that. But that's why like we're just trying to be different, because you can't be the same. If you look at all like Nelk Boys, Gideon, like Lofe, they're all completely different, you know, so you can't be the same, because there's so many people hopping on this wave right now of trying to become YouTubers, and like I don't blame them. It just makes it so much harder nowadays. Like if I would have started this channel, dude, 5 years ago, like when Baylen started, bro, I guarantee we would be way bigger.
Right.
Like that's what we've been talking about with like Lofe. It's like, dude, like you'd be way bigger back in the day if everyone started way earlier. Same with you guys. If you guys started this a while ago, I bet you would already be at.
Yeah, we're a little late to the podcast train, to be honest, but
No, it's
hopefully
all right.
catch us on.
But as long as we
As long as
have our own like
niche.
Yeah. There's never a good time to start. You just got to start doing it. Like that's what I learned too. And like the other thing is like people are like, well, like the question was like, well, what are you going to do if it doesn't work out? Like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you even have a plan A, that doesn't mean you're all in on plan A. Oh no, did I say that wrong?
Yeah,
you said that wrong.
If you
have a plan B.
If you have a plan B, that means you're not all in on plan A. So it's like you got to be committed to plan A all the time, you know.
100%. That's cool that you mentioned the C-Boys too. They've been like a huge inspiration for us too. Just being a fan and then like having conversations. Like I've been lucky to been in contact with Ryan and learning from him about the podcast and stuff like that too. And those guys are dream guests to have on too. Even one of them on would be awesome. But
like the amount of knowledge that those people who have had success in this industry, you can just pick their brain, dude. It's like crazy. 6
years or whatever they're at of knowledge of like just it's really cool to see like slowly building, and then like it's not just like content. They have a full on huge business that they're running.
It's insane,
that has
dude.
hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars worth of like property and like all the stuff they got is really
and
cool.
their cars, bro. That's what's different about their YouTube channels. Like they can use their cars as write-offs because they're all for videos. Whereas like Steve will do it, buys it, you know, a Lamborghini. Like he doesn't use that for, you know, his business for videos for the longest time. So it's like C-Boys, that's where they really have it made. They, like everything they buy is just like for videos, you know, for like tax purposes, write-offs, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I know you saw Lofe at WeFest, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there this year. But you two went. Do you have any crazy stories from WeFest?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, Lofe stayed with us in our camper. So it was like all of us in our camper. Oh, dude, this is another crazy story I just thought of too. We legit almost died at WeFest. Like we're in our camper, we walk in, and all of a sudden we're like getting ready to go to bed. It's like, 4:30 in the morning, 5 a.m., sun's coming up, and we're like, what's that smell? Like it kind of smells weird, like almost like a little like musty with a little bit of like carbon monoxide tinkle on the top of it. And we're like, Spicy's like, no, we're all good. Like we got carbon monoxide like sensors. Well, I'm kind of laying in the bed because I'm already kind of like tweaking. I'm like, bro, like what is that smell? And like an hour goes by and I literally like sit up because I am so lightheaded. And literally as I'm like sitting up, there was like 4 carbon monoxide things in that camper. Even one was tucked in like one of the cupboards. All of them went off at the exact same time. And I stood up, dude. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lightheaded. We're like, yo, everyone out of the camper. We got to get out of here. We open up the doors. Lofe was like so lightheaded, dude. I was like damn near having a panic attack outside because like I couldn't breathe. I don't know if I was just tweaking or not, but I was like trying to breathe and I was so lightheaded I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I'm like, dude, if we didn't have those carbon monoxide in there, all 6 of us gone. Imagine that. Just local YouTubers, WeFest, just gone.
That's wild,
That
bro.
is
Thank
crazy.
goodness that didn't happen.
I know, yeah. Another story was too, we went to Jack's camper. We're drinking Powerade and Gatorades and waters, obviously, nothing else. And we're dancing and all of a sudden we're feeling really good off the Gatorades. We have a really good sugar high.
Yep.
And we're heading to like the stage. And did we bring drinks with us or what? No.
I think we might have had one like on the way, but
yeah, we're chugging a Gatorade on the way, and like this security guard, as we're like about to go in, he like dumped like one of these like fireball shooters in the trash can, and all of a sudden he like sees us drinking. He's like, "You got to pour it out," and he goes, "I'm about to drop these in there if you can catch them before I drop them." Yeah. So we put our hand out, and he like drops us like 3 fireball shooters, and we're like, "This guy's a beauty, bro. No way."
and a twee, couple twees,
a
I
couple
think.
twees too. Yeah. So we just downed those and then went into WeFest.
Hold on, you said who did? Who done those?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
So switching it up, what is some advice that you would like to give to the viewers and then to us?
Man, I would say if you have like a dream or something, I would say you just gotta like start it. Like I said before, there's no good time to start anything. You just have to go out and learn from your mistakes and take the hate that everyone's giving you and turn it into fuel for yourself just to like push through things. You know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna hate, but at the end of the day, they'll stop hating when you make it successful. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I started it, and I'm glad that you guys started it too, because you'll see it's not easy, bro. Like, and when it gets hard, the amount of times I wanted to quit, bro, is like, oh, I couldn't even count on 2 of my hands. Like, it's a lot of times, but it's like I'm glad I didn't. You just got to keep pushing through it, because like it's always better on the other side, or whatever I'm trying to say.
No, that was
Something
good.
along those
That was
lines,
good.
you know
That was
what I
good.
mean? Like it's so worth it. You know what I mean? Like it's that you will have so many struggles, people backing out, people hating on you, all this, but like it just makes it so much better of a fairy tale when you do make it one day. You know what I mean?
I think I want to put that whole saying on a flag, just like that whole paragraph.
Yeah. just have it, like, have it in the back of every podcast. Yeah.
No, but I appreciate you coming on a lot. I remember, 2 months ago. I mean, you think it was a lot closer than it was. I think it's like 3 months ago I called you and talked to you about maybe starting a podcast, and you said, once you get it going, I'll come on it. And so I appreciate you coming on a lot. One thing we want to do for all our guests is just let you pick up a bag of seeds. So whichever flavor you want, you can just go ahead and take one.
Bro.
So while he's looking into those, we want to thank Giants. Thank you guys once again for being such an amazing sponsor. Without you, none of this stuff would be here. So thank you. Yep, Sweet Thai Chili.
That might be the best kind.
I know, Sweet Thai chili looks gas, dude.
Amazing.
Have you ever
amazing
had it?
packaging.
I haven't, no. I don't eat much sunflower seeds, but I love sunflower seeds when I'm traveling because I'm always driving. So
We just put you on.
yeah. Facts.
So once again, thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Real ones with me, I know we gon' beat the odds. Counterfeit, guess it from the thought of it. People fake, think they need to start a kid.